Let's now move forward to the relationship between grammar and lexicon, which is very important to be understood in order to find a relationship between the grammar and meaning. As we have already discussed that grammar is not restricted to the form of words only. Rather, it is based on certain categories like tense, gender, number, and it also focuses on the function, syntactic functions such as subject and object. Some of these categories are marked by the form of words, while others may be marked by the order of words in a sentence. But for a semanticist, it may be irrelevant that a certain category is being conveyed by a form of the word, or it is being conveyed by the order of the words, or by any other indication, or for example, of a morpheme. If you look at the examples down here, past tense is usually indicated by a morpheme ending of ed. Uh, in most of past tense verbs in which are available in our knowledge or available in the English language, whereas there is no such morpheme uh, addition in order to indicate a future, and we use the markers like such like shall, will, or going to be in order to indicate future in English language. So there are differences in the making of various grammatical categories. There is a distinction between grammar and lexicon in terms of their meaning making capacities, and this difference may be understood by looking into grammatically unacceptable sentences or word compositions, and those which are lexically deviant from the general or normal, or you can say correct use of the language. If you just look at the examples there, the boys is in the room. We have a plural noun boys, but we have a singular helping verb in form of is. So this seems incorrect grammatically, but at the same time we could just sense that the meaning may not be that vague because of this grammatical error. In comparison, if you look at this example, which is in bold in front of you, colorless green ideas leave furiously. This is grammatically correct, absolutely. But if you look at it, this is semantically odd. This is as far as word order, the use of words in connection to each other may be odd. So in this situation, it is unacceptable lexically. Therefore, if a sentence conforms to grammar but be completely deviant complexically, we may conclude that there is a distinction between grammar and lexicon. We have another example here. John drank fish. We don't drink fish. We eat fish. Is so the sentence like John drank fish is ungrammatical in the same sense as the boys is in the room. So if a grammatical rule is broken, we can change the word with the correct grammatical word. For example, is may be changed with are, and we could correct it. But if there is a lexical error, lexical deviation or oddness, we will have to understand the overall context, or we have to create a sense, and at the same time we will have to change the word. For example, in order to correct John drank fish, we will probably use the word John drank fish soup. So we have created a certain sense in our mind that it may not be fish which he actually drank, rather it's the fish soup. So understanding of sense is very important in order to correct lexical lexical errors, whereas a knowledge of rules of the grammar may be enough to correct a grammatical error. According to Palmer, there is no distinction or there is no clear line between grammatical and lexical deviations in most of the situations. Some sentences are clearly ungrammatical and can be corrected easily according to rules, and while others are odd in their lexical way and can be corrected by using your own imagination, your semantic knowledge in the language, and by creating a certain context in your mind that in which situation this might have been used. As a while ago I just mentioned, if you have to correct a sentence like John drank fish, you will have to think that what did he actually drink. It it may it shouldn't be fish, rather it could possibly be fish soup. So by creating that context, we can correct this lexical error. So there are different ways of correcting lexical and grammatical errors.